This is your 2019 Subaru Impreza. We have the 5-door hatch with a 5-speed manual through the sport trim. Let's go Quirks, Perks, and Irks. So sport trim is the 3rd out of 6 trim levels. With that, you get your halogen fog lights, you get halogen turn signals, but you get LED day runners and LED lights, low beams and high beams. So a nice balance there. What I really like is the side design of the vehicle, side profile. It just has that nice classic hatch look. It's not trying to be something. It's not too many folds in the metal. It's just a nice clean look, and it looks really, really sharp. Full marks for me. So definite perk for the side profile of the 2019 Impreza, 5th generation. So not the same car since 2017, but fairly similar. Let's go around the rear. I really like the rear design as well. I like the nice balance of the red light housing plus the clear light housing, and I like the turn signals. I like that the turn signals are orange. Well done. There's your badging, Subaru all-wheel drive, and then the Impreza. Taking a look in the trunk, what you're looking at here is the privacy cover. Let's get rid of that. So what you have here, in addition to my jacket because it's raining and a magazine box, 589 liters of cargo space. And you drop the seats, you get 1,566, and it's really easy. You just take one of these and then one of these, one-handed, push it down, and I don't know if I can show you guys this. Maybe. Oh yeah. Oh no, maybe. No. Yeah, let's do that. That's a look at most of the space with the seats down. Again, never mind the magazine box. So 1,566 liters of cargo space. Seat belt for the middle person is tucked here, so it is nice and hidden. I'm just going to put this back because once I come back from the exterior and trunk, we'll take a look at the inside. Let's shut the door, give you a good look at that tailgate one more time. Be right back. 2019 Subaru Impreza hatch. Inside look at the 2019 Impreza hatch. You got lots of legroom, you got cool seat designs, and the seats are pretty comfortable for a vehicle in this class. Cup holders are built into the armrest. Perk, adjustable headrests as far as the tilt goes. Thank you, Subaru, for realizing we are not all made the same way. If you go too far forward, just push forward and it comes back, and you can kind of reset as far as finding your ideal position. Yes, it's raining again. Well, welcome to fall. Here is what the inside of the front looks like. That sounded weird. Inside of the front. Here's the front of the vehicle. Let's jump in before we get stuck with any more rain. So let's do this first. You can see there's a nice red ring, but it's been chewed up quite a bit. And here's why. Sitting down, steering wheel straight, and you gotta kind of either put your hand to kind of guess where it goes and hope you get it, or you just make all those chew marks on the outside of the ignition. What I like to do is this, and this is my free advice. What I do is when I park the car, every time but this, because video and whatnot, I just turn the wheel 90 degrees, and that way I can completely see exactly where the key has to go so that I don't make any chew marks as far as the ignition goes. Anyways, let's go on with the review. 2 dials, analog on the outside, digital on the inside. Really easy to read, get all sorts of information out of that. It's 2019, it's pretty standard information. You get the nice small screen up top, which gives you additional information. You get your weather, you get your fuel economy, and etc., etc. That's a 6.3. You get an 8-inch touchscreen. On the sport trim, no navigation, but you get CarPlay and Android Auto, so that kind of cancels itself out. Higher trims get the same 8-inch screen, but they have navigation. I like that there's quick touch home buttons here. You get, well, home button, but like quick touch access button. So I want the radio, and that's what it comes up with. And the screen is pretty responsive. Like, I'm barely touching it, and lightning fast are the changes. So well done there. You got your vents on the side, a little bit of storage down here. This is a really big boot casing for a 5-speed transmission. I'll get into more of that once we do the drive as far as why it's 5 speeds and where it came from and where it's going. A couple heated seat options. You got your cup holders, and yes, there is an old school parking brake. And I feel weird saying old school, but I guess most of the parking brakes now are electronic. Here's a perk. Little extender on the driver's side of the armrest in the middle. So somewhere for your elbow to go, because if it was cut off here and it was flat, it would be very uncomfortable. So that's the Perk. Perk, there's a little slot here for your USB cable to go through. And Irk, I wonder if we can get in there. So the USB ports are there, and you really got to crank your hand. So this is my left hand, and my right hand's holding the camera. So my right hand would put that in there, and it was awkward and uncomfortable. I would have rather the USB ports be in there where it's nice and easy to access and just a straight line. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that. Really big windows, and we'll start here because there's windows beside the A pillar. It gives you that much more visibility. Subaru is known for having great visibility anyway. Forester is my best example of that. Let's take a look at the hatch. Pretty decent sized window, and yes, you got a sunroof on the sport trim, the third from the top. Usually you don't get those until you go really high, so good job on speccing it out, Subaru, and I'll show it to you. That sounded weird. That's what it looks like on the driver's side. Again, nice thin A-pillars here and that extra window there. Let's do the drive. 2019 Impreza hatch. So sedan or hatchback, 6 trims per each, so a total of 12 different options in the Impreza lineup. Every Impreza gets the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, 152 horsepower, 145 pound-feet of torque. You can get a 5-speed manual or the CVT. Yes, I know it's 2019 and they're offering a 5-speed manual. I talked to my Subaru Canada rep, and it's just a carryover transmission, and I think because of the declining number of manual transmissions, Subaru's not going to waste the money on developing a 6-speed manual transmission for this vehicle. I know they have them, but just there's no point if no one's going to buy them, and you can't really argue with market trends. So the 5-speed it is. As far as the transmission goes, it's not bad. Not the best manual transmission I've ever driven in a car of this class, but it's still okay. And I think where you really notice the difference here is in fuel economy, because you only have 5 gears, and if you had that 6th gear, your cruising gear would be up at 6th, and you wouldn't have to run the engine so hard. And at around 115, 120 in 5th gear here, you're at around 3,000 RPM, as opposed to having the CVT engine. Fuel economy for that, which is where I was going, is 8.7 in the city and 6.5. Sorry, 8.4 in the city, 6.5 on the highway, as opposed to this, which is 10 in the city and 7.7 on the highway. I've done 344 kilometers, and I'm at 9.6, and that's through a balance of both city and highway driving. So in this case, I would opt for the CVT for the fuel savings. Again, nothing's wrong with the manual transmission here. It does its job. But for fuel economy, I'd opt for, excuse me, the automatic / CVT. As far as road manners go, the car, it drives well. It's comfortable. Everything's where you need it to be. Again, the seats are very comfortable. Lots of space in the back. Cornering and handling and turns are done very well. And it's got Subaru's legendary all-wheel drive, and it's really affordable all-wheel drive, because the entry-level Impreza is $19,995. This trim level tops out at, the Impreza tops out at, I think, just a touch over $31,000. So lots of options in between, but to get Subaru's all-wheel drive system for about 20 grand, kind of worth it in my opinion. Let me get rid of that weirdness. There we go, that's better. So as far as my overall thoughts on the 2019 Impreza, there's a lot of options out there, and every manufacturer had something. And 5th generation came out in 2016, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think they should have something as far as new, let's say 2021, 2022. But overall, I don't have any, massive complaints about the Impreza. If you want something to boot around the city in that's got good looks, good technology as far as the sport trim, which is what I have, goes, this it's worth a couple of test drives just to be sure. The 8-inch infotainment screen, very responsive. Again, cornering handling is great. A couple of little things I'm not a huge fan of. Like, I wish I had a little more of a tech savvy mirror. I know that comes on higher trims. Again, I would opt for the automatic, slash CVT, as opposed to the 5-speed manual. That's going to wrap the review up. Any questions, please let me know. I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. I was going to say I appreciate the subscribe, but I'm going to ask you to subscribe. So subscribe, maybe, hopefully, yes. Anyways, we'll be back. I'll be back. It's weird because I say we'll be back, and I will stop rambling right now. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. Oh, damn it. I'll be back sooner than later with my next review.